Alright, so welcome back to the channel. Thank you for watching. If you made it here, I don't know how you made it here because I'm not a big YouTuber or nothing, but if you made it here, thank you. I appreciate any views, any likes, any comments, whatever I get, I really do appreciate it. I'm trying to get up there, trying to make it out the struggle, and hopefully, maybe YouTube could help me. You never know, so that's why I do it. Constantly trying to improve the channel and make the videos better. So let me stop talking about myself and get into the video. Here we have Dave Ramsey. You made it on this video. I assume you already know who he is, but he talks a lot about finances. He has his own show. He has 1.88 million subscribers on YouTube. And so this video that I was looking at kind of reminded me of, a lot of YouTubers that I've seen on YouTube today. They talk about taking a red pill. If you don't know what that is, it's about men going their own way and like focusing on yourself, like investing in yourself, working out. It's a good message sometimes, and then other times it's kind of wrong because they tell some people will tell you like, oh, women are only going to lead you down a path of destruction and blah blah blah. So it really depends on who you listen to. So, be careful with that if you do subscribe to it. But here, I wanted to talk about that because this video is titled, Should I Help My Girlfriend with Her Student Loan Debt? And I feel like Dave low-key somewhat sort of took the red pill here. Low-key, like, and I'm going to explain at the end why I think that. But let's get into the video and then I'm going to react to it and tell you what I think.
Morristown, New Jersey. Hey, Brian, welcome to the Dave Ramsey Show.
Thank you, Dave. Thanks for taking my question. How are you doing?
Better than I deserve. What's up?
So right now, my girlfriend's in her final year of vet school, and thankfully, up until this point, her parents have been able to help her pay for all of vet school, and she hasn't had to take out any debt. However, this year,
I had to stop it right there, pause it. That's a blessing right there. If your parents are able to pay for most, if not all of your school, that's a blessing. Some parents can't even pay for a semester, but like you gotta take out loans. And if once you start taking out loans, if you go over like 50,000, that's hard to pay off. Me right now, I got a decent amount of loans, and good thing I have a semi decent job. It could always be better, like if I was making like triple figures, but yeah, thank God I got that. Eventually I might make it out the struggle, but that's why I started this YouTube thing to, try and fast forward that. But let's keep going into it. That's a blessing right there.
year is her final year, and she'll be taking out about $45,000 in loans.
That's sad.
And
45,000. Sheesh, that's a lot for 1 year. For the last year, 45,000 for 1 year. That's crazy.
And next week will be about 5 years that I've been dating her, and honestly, next year and a half or so, I intend to ask her to marry me. And
you're a speed demon, aren't
question,
you? 6.5 years? Dude, you must be a prize. She's waiting on you.
You know what? She probably still has another
6 years
4 years of
a decent amount of time.
Residency to go in order to get a specialization. So
yeah,
she's going to far out educate me. That's what I've long accepted. But my question is, how would you recommend that I help her tackle the debt? I'll say that right now,
He's a nice guy for that. He's already thinking about tackling his girl's debt, but you can't blame him for that. If they've been together for 6 years, he obviously cares about her a lot. So you've been with someone for 6 years, like I feel like red pill guys would be like, pay for her debt, like what's good with you? Like, but he's been with her for 6 years, so you have to take that into consideration. Like if you really care about someone, you're probably going to be thinking about paying off or helping them pay for stuff if you think that you're going to be with them forever, which is probably what he thinks. But
my income, my standard income is about $90,000 However, I'm planning on the
that's
net
decent.
worth to be a little over $200,000 for the year.
So how does that work? You see Dave's face. You see how his face just he went. I would probably be doing the same thing because like he said 90,000, and but then he said his net worth for the year is 200,000. Like where he get that extra 110,000 from? That's a lot of money coming from somewhere else other than your job, like your main job. So that's interesting. But let's keep going.
And right now, my biggest expense monthly is my rent, which is about $1,900. However,
That's a
one
decent
of
rent.
the things I was thinking of doing is
Like for someone with 90,000, making 90,000 a year, 1,900 isn't that much out of their paycheck. Like that's probably like 2 weeks. So which means they have like another 1,900 to spend on whatever they want for the month. So he's probably living comfortably. And if he's paying 1,900 for an apartment, it's probably a decent apartment, like close to like luxury type, depending on where he is. But that's New Jersey, so yeah, it's probably like 1 bedroom, could even be a 2 bedroom, and it could be like a luxury, like nice apartment building. So because Jersey is a lot cheaper than New York. Over here, that would get you a studio probably, but in New Jersey, it's a lot better. Yeah. So there was something else I wanted to say. Just hold on, give me 1 second. Processing right now. Yeah. So 90,000, because let's say I'm looking at my salary. I'm basing it off of me right now. So yeah, he's 2 weeks. He's even if he's putting money into a 401k and he has money coming out from taxes, after all of that, he's still 2 weeks pay is paying that off, and he has money on the side, maybe like an extra $200, $300 on the side. And then he said his net worth is 200,000. So if he's bringing in more money other than the 90,000 that he's making a year, he's comfortable. He has money that he could save, so he's good.
even before we potentially get engaged, or when we do get engaged when she graduates, is come up with a plan of her tackling 50% of her debt from her income and me try and offer to cover rent.
Yeah.
What's your thought on that?
I think you're playing house before you're married.
Okay.
I wouldn't be paying bills of.
See, this is where I'm saying, like, Dave low-key took the red pill, because he was like, bro, what are you doing? He was like, playing the house, like, you're not married yet, this is not your wife, like, you could pay for this and she could easily just walk away and leave you, or y'all can end up not being together, and then you paid money on her student loans and you're not getting that back. So you're investing financially into someone that could just be going like that. At least with the marriage, you know, you have a little bit of security, because she has to get divorced, and then yeah, you have a little bit more security if you were married and you were paying someone's debt, other than like just paying it, because then you're not getting nothing back. Let's continue.
For anyone that I wasn't married to, under any circumstances, because of all the downsides. And it messes with the relationship as well. Your girlfriend or your fiance has a different feeling when she walks in the room and you're carrying the financial burden. If it's your wife, it's a different thing, because once the preacher says, "And now you are one," we do this together. It's all together. So I would do one of two routes. I would go one end of the spectrum or the other to maintain safety in the relationship, the legal standing, and the financial standing. Route number one is you continue with the calendar that you're using, and you just pile up a big old pile of cash over on your side of the equation, so that when you come home from the honeymoon, you write checks and all of her stuff goes away.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
And you can do
Smarter
it has
move.
the exact same mathematical effect at the end of the story.
Yeah.
It just doesn't in the meantime. And by the way, the borrowing, if she's doing it now, is not putting any strain on her today. It's when it comes due later that it'll be a strain.
Yeah.
So it's not a big deal to do it that way. The second way is to reconsider your calendar, and that sounds like get married now or sooner, very soon. And then we've just got a combined income and a combined set of goals, and you take your fabulous income and plow her on through vet school.
Yeah, you could do
Nothing
that.
wrong with that plan either. I mean, it's not like you guys ain't been hanging out together. You meet her 5.5 days ago in a bar. It's 5.5 years ago.
Yeah,
so
it's a long time.
that's not an unreasonable consideration. So, because unless something really weird happens, this is probably going forward for the way you've described it, I guess, eventually. But yeah, again, you do what you want to do. I would have a tendency to go towards the second one, just on a personal level, on a relational level. There just feels like there's just this separation, and we're trying to do it together, but we're not together, and it's like dragging out, and it's already drug out a long time anyway, and we're dragging it out even further now, and it's I just like the cleanliness of going ahead and getting married, and in terms of the relationship, the legal, you don't have to worry about anything.
Exactly.
And that's how I would do it. So, hey, thanks for the call. And I wouldn't.
All right, so that's it for the video. So that's basically the end of it. But yeah, basically, getting married does provide a little bit of security, even though you could end up getting divorced. But it's better that they get married and then he goes about deciding to pay off his student loans than just doing it now, because then there's no security. And if they don't stay together, then that's a definite sunk cost. Whereas if they got married and then they got divorced, is a little bit different. I believe a little bit different. So I think Dave is giving him sound advice here, good advice. He's how old is he? Like in his 60s, 70s. Like he knows what he's talking about. He's been through a lot, even though he's been married for a long time, I believe. But yeah, this guy definitely should not pay her student loans before they get married, even though they've been together for 6 years. That's almost like a simple move. Almost like it's a little bit different because they're together and they've been together for 6 years, but you never know. So I always think you gotta be careful with whatever you do, especially marriage. You gotta make sure you find the right person. If he's been with her for 6 years, she might be the right person. You just gotta hold it down, get married, and then in the future, do what Dave said, write that check, pay it off. She's adding more value to you than whatever you're paying off. And in that case, everything's worth it. So, but yeah, that's my thoughts. Thank you for watching. Comment, like, subscribe. I appreciate all of that. If you want to know which one is the most helpful, it's definitely likes. So you don't even have to comment. You don't even have to subscribe. Do that if you want to. But if you really want to help me out, then like it, because that gets it shown to a lot more people. Helps out the YouTube algorithm, whatever that is. But I do appreciate every person who watches this. I can't even tell you how much I appreciate it, because I never thought I would be doing this. So here I am now doing it. So you could do it too. So that's all I gotta say. That's the end of the video. Thank you for watching once again.